ضياء منه القمر يستحي، كل النساء تود أن تكون مثلك يا عائشة بنت أبي بكر حبيب رسول الله. فازت بقلب خير المرسلين، في العلم فاقت علم كل العالمين. خبر الجليل يصفه جبريل يجوب الدنيا. عائشة حبك لو حب من يحبه، فصرت حب الناس لقلوب المسلمين. بنت أبي بكر حبيبي رفيق النبي رسول الله. عائشة حبك لو حب من يحبه، فصرت حب الناس لقلوب المسلمين. بنت أبي بكر عائشة حميرة حبيب رفيق النبي رسول الله. رفيقة النبي في الحياة، حب النبي لها يفوق المعجزات. يا عائشة بنت أبي بكر زوجة رسول الله. رفيقة النبي في الحياة، حب النبي لها يفوق المعجزات. يا عائشة بنت أبي بكر زوجة رسول الله. عائشة حبك لو حب من يحبه، فصرت حب الناس لقلوب المسلمين. بنت أبي بكر حبيبي رفيق النبي رسول الله. عائشة حبك لو حب من يحبه، فصرت حب الناس لقلوب المسلمين. بنت أبي بكر عائشة حميرة. عائشة حبك لو حب من يحبه، فصرت حب الناس. حبك لو حب من يحبه، فصرت حب الناس لقلوب المسلمين. بنت أبي بكر عائشة حميرة حبيب رفيق النبي رسول الله.
أهلا وسهلا وحياكم الله ومرحبا بكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اليوم 8/7/1447 هجري، والموافق في يوم الاثنين الأم. ما شاء الله تبارك الله. It is a beautiful يوم الاثنين. It is the second cycle. It is a fasting moment in the itinerary of the soul tribes as we navigate through the final day of final 10 days of Rajab. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. For those of us who are authentic people, we need to come to that division in our understanding of life. Those who were gifted the inheritance by the ancestors, by the parents, by the grandparents, that knew the true value of life, understood the journey, externally and internally, understood how to do the somersault, could navigate themselves when the lights went off, when there was darkness, when Musa had to kill his innocences, his expired contract, okay, and return to Madian. This is a crossroads in our exploration of this journey called life, that you have to keep your headlights on. Okay? Today's topic that was sent to us is love is the currency you can't purchase. Now, whatever you are searching for in your life, whether you are a parent, a grandparent, a great grandparent, whether you are a priest, whether you are an imam, whether you are a pope, whether you are a president, whether you're a minister, whether you are the most richest man or woman in this world, whatever you are searching for, you cannot find that esteemed, prestigious gift with a tangible contract. Okay. The keys that you, mother, father, imam, priest, khalifa, whoever we are, all of us are the equal searchers of that key, and that is love. Okay, that is what is the incumbency of alif. Alif is actually love. It's lam with a fa. Okay, uluf wahum ulufun hadar al maut. Okay, alif is where the word wa'allafa bayna qulubihim. Okay, the alif on the first letter, alif lam fa. Alif is 4 letters. Alif lam fa. Alf, like alfasana. Okay, so you must ask yourself, al with the fa. Why did the fa come after the lam? Because there was no uf. Okay, alf and uf. Wala takul lahuma uffin wala tanhaquma. It's necessary that we understand what it is that we were supposed to have activated in this realm of a third dimension. Okay, when we were given access into this exercise and this simulation, this experience of a temporal stage, it had a beginning and it had an end. But what we had to find from the beginning until the end is what Allah tells Ummi Musa wa ardi'ihi. Okay, it was to find whether there would be a spark of love inside of you for anybody that you hate. Okay, people that you and I pick up along the journey, whether it is your husband, your ex-husband, your ex-wife, your ex-child, your ex, okay guys, your attachment with them and with us and with the physical realm had caused us to pile up karma, sayyi'at, things which was of negative magnitude, things which attracted dark experiences, low vibrations, things that was a bit rocky, things that caused us to have jealousy, hate, have separation, have division, have competition, all those kind of phenomena. At the end, when we are now reconciling the books to see now wie van ons gaan nou kan gaan na die next level of the game, okay, called life, right? Now you have to assess by yourself, like the person that you managed to hate in the last 5 years of your life, which you only saw on the screen, okay? The things that was appalling to you, you had to put it into a human being to make him the object of your hate because you decided to judge him in the scope or her in the scope of the data that was fed to you from the external into your internal. Okay? Now, you cannot touch the thing that you see on the screen, but you can have it influence your inner well-being, your heart that was supposed to have remained pure in the expedition in the forest. You had to protect that heart. You had to shield that heart. Okay? You had to ensure that by today, as we are standing now on the 29th of December, the 8th of Rajab, and 1447, 2025, ask yourself personally. I must ask myself. I do these exercises for myself, people. I don't do it for anybody else. I don't. It's all about my journey. It's all about finding my truth and aligning with my destiny. That's what life is all about. That is what the Quran came to expound to your lives. Okay. Some of you made it into a business. Some of you made it into a card game. Some of us made it into an anomaly where one is better than the other. Now, if we water down all those episodes and the dramas and all of these things and come down to the skeleton of the thing, then at this moment in our lives today, we must truly, only we will know who we hate. Custom, we will know who we hate. We will know that why do we feel better than the other whilst we all are equal. Okay? All that compound interest that built up into your into our systems, into our mental constraints that made us decadent, made us stagnant. Okay, that has bred into a dark disease. Okay, people, where you can say I love you, but wallahi, you can't feel it. You can't feel it. You can't feel that love. You can't feel the fire. Okay, you can't see the results of the love that you claim you have for your husband, for your wife, for your mother, for your father, for your children. It cannot be manifested in the presence of love because it is a fabricated love. It's a fabricated love. Wallah, it's a fabricated love. It's not where you understand that you are not the manufacturer of love. You are only seeing love, but you're not feeling it because you're not connecting to that soul's purpose. Okay? We as a human species are a very, very hypocritical, I would call it, species, because we have very little understanding of why our children came into our lives. We think that we brought them into life and therefore they are here. But we do not know that they are the bloody mirrors that is reflecting the things that we did not complete. Okay? They are a component that comes in order to complement something which is working on your nerves that you and I could not fulfill on our journey, and therefore they come to top up that which we need to bring into a balance. Okay? The things that despise us within is what we manifest on the outside. Now, love is the most sacred energy that the heavens had created and had sent it, the habba, into the spectrum, okay, into your evolution, into my evolution, into our evolution, and with all the differences that we have, with all the hate, with all the apartheid, with all the religions, with all the gods, with all the money, with all the whatever, could you find love at the end? Could you really come to terms with, I give up everything for love. I give up everything for the sake of knowing that I'm doing it for the purpose that makes me alive. Love is the only thing that gives you life, not money. It's all external things that it's things that you don't need. It needs you, but you work for it, you chase it, and therefore you become the slave of it. But the only thing that Allah wanted to check out on this mission called Earth, yani planet, the planet, it was planned a net. You fell into the net, okay? And now we need to understand, out of the billions of human beings with the trillions of dollars and the trillions of mansions that we needed, how many of us came out authentic? How much of us came into the light? How much of us could really decipher between what was dark, what was night, what was the night expedition, what was the Michael Knight, what was the kit, what was the Night Rider all about, and who was truly the person, the driver that was in the sea. Okay, that's the only thing Allah wanted to establish out of this. Met ahli salas, met ahli zakas, met al die goedetjies wat gewys het, a facade in this entire mission, right? Thumma ba'athnakum, okay? Did you end up with hating a single soul in earth? Did you? Why did you hate that person? Why did you hate? Because the hate that you ignited was only inside of you, and you alone are accountable for it. You were not born with hate, people. No one was born with hate. It was only for you to establish whether the thing that was for absolutely free, that you cannot buy, that you cannot organize me some love. Let me organize some beautiful love this evening. You can have it for 5,000 rands, okay? What did it bring? Fictional love, okay? Fictional love, because when you sign that paper on a marriage certificate, then you purchase love, inevitably, because you are expecting something and the return is expected on you, okay? Whether it is what, okay? And you all know, if the husband dies, the wife marries again. That's natural. It's her haq, okay? So when you equate love now, you need to understand that you and I are now in that metamorphosis of a life, a journey in conscious, in alignment, where you have to have no hate. You cannot take hate with you on this evolution that is now incoming in the Rajabiyya and the Sha'ban, okay? You have to be clean, guys. You gotta be pure. Your frequency, your energy. You have to have earned that pureness in order to attract the unconditional love. And you alone will know, are you qualified to enter the Jannah that has only love that awaits you. Okay? Now, most of us, we know our conditions at this moment in time, because we're always searching for validity externally. We're always worried about wat gaan hy persoon sê, hoe ek is shameful op die. Now all that compound interest that you accumulated on the journey is what is now going to have to be accounted for in this next tanqiyah, this assortment that we're going through in conscious. It's a lot of souls coming out. Yeah, we are going through the car wash, you guys. We're going through it, consciously or unconsciously, whether you are knowing or unknowing, whether you are hating or loving. Well, that which we want to establish as soul tribes is that, can Allah create an authentic product, of was almal gemaak met 'n Chinese stamp? Okay? Het almal gekom van Temu, of het almal gekom van Alibaba, of is daar die ibadah al-mukhlasin? That's what we needed to establish here. So each one will know what is the true value of themselves through the lenses of love. That's what we're going to now check out. Like, you can love anybody else more than yourself. If you love somebody else more than yourself, it means that you did not find the authentic point. You have to find the love that was gifted to you from the beginning, and whether how much of damage did that love seed go through her modifications, and how much is left at the end of the age. Okay? How much did you sell? How low did you sell yourself? How much did you sell yourself for? How much of compromises? How much of modifications? How low could you go? Okay? And not find at the end of the age, okay, that you could still have that spark, that flame that brought you to understand that despite of my differences, I still love. I still love unconditionally. Despite of what you did to me, I still love. Despite of how it had impacted me, I still love. I don't have hate. I don't have anxiety. I don't have a depression. I still just love. That is what Allah wanted to check out in this whole thing. Toe gaan ons dra nou titles en gaan maak nou hukums en gaan maak die en die. Nou sit ons en wag ons en maak ons en vra ons, o Here, wanneer gaan die Here nou vir ons nou afvra? You're gonna have to ask yourself of. Sy vra jouself af hierso op julle. Because daar's niemand wat vir jou beter ken as jouself nie. That's your Yawmul Hisab. That's your Yawmul Qiyam. Qiyam is in the age of Qiyam, where people upgrade they submit their good deeds, they submit themselves, they make Islam alive, okay, within themselves. Now they go through a scrutiny process. That's Qiyam, people, not what your mothers taught you. You are living in the dark, in the lail, you're driving in Michael Knight's car, okay? If you come into the day where there's light, okay, where there's nur, then you are ready for Qiyam because you don't have anything to hide. You don't have anything to be ashamed of. You don't have anything to feel guilty about. You are ready to be present. Now that is Yawmul Qiyam, and that because of how the cosmic transitions happens, it comes every certain billion, trillion years, Allah knows alone. But that is where you need to align to come to terms with the fact that you and I have not prepared for the Yawmul Qiyam. That's it. Was there love? Because you were not supposed to know when it's going to be. Okay? It was supposed to come to you at the time, and the signs would come, and then you tell yourself, by yourself, with the love that you have for yourself, I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I'm truly ready. I don't need to get a testimonial. I don't need to get a stamp. I don't need to get a validation. I don't need to get Somaliland. Halaka anni sultaniya. Halaka anni sultaniya. Okay? The greatest dilemma that you as a human civilization and we as a human civilization, we didn't understand the Quran. We thought the Quran came 1400 years ago, and not knowing that there was no time to the Quran. And the nations that captured us had spelt us to believe that that was a language and not understand that that was a sound. Quran is sound, it's not a language. Allah don't create a language. Which God will create the Quran and nobody must understand? But which God would send the sound, and when you tap into your authentic rhythms, will you get access into that Jannah? Okay? Only through love. Wallahi, love. It is love that denied you access into revolt. That is what denied most of those who had caused the division between Christianity and Judaism and Islam and all this. That denied them the access into the voltage because they shortchanged themselves, okay, by holding these divisions. As the age closes, they will now be dismissed. We do not give judgment. We only use the Quran as our navigator, and we do not engage the third dimension, because Those are people that still needs to get to the next level. But as a tribe, a soul tribe, as the people who understand the purpose and comes in order to extract the children, okay, the orphans that the previous generations had diluted and toxified, okay, they are innocent. وَلَا تَزِرُ وَازِرَةُ وِزْرَ أُخْرَى. So here now, what we are coming into alignment here is pure love, pure love, pure love. You people who don't know love, I feel as a kyk vir hy oomie van ons, Allah yarhamha. Nou sy 14 kinders gehad. 14 kinders het hy vrou gehad. But you know what? Not one day it's gesê, you know wat, wat soort 'n man is hy? Waarna gaan sy? Hoeveel geld verdien sy? No, we don't come from there, guys. You don't come from that planet. You come from a planet that was absolute love, unconditional love. Guys, die worrel, daar's wat ons gekom het van. Daar's wat ons verstaan die Koran vandag. Nie wat enige ander nasie verstaan nie. Net ons moeders het vir ons gegee. Die sleutels as die ligte aangaan, hoe om die pad, hoe om die lig aan te sit. It was love that put it. And what love is the connection with the mother. Wallahi, with the Ummul Kitab. The Ummul Kitab gave us the access to know exactly where we are and how we must navigate into this new vibration, this new frequency, this new Ismail, and understand how the past had kept us hostage and gave us an interpretation of a divine source that came not through a human being, it came directly to Allah, through us, through the human conscious. Okay, that's the miracle. The Quran didn't need a man. La ilaha illallah. The Quran was complete. You must understand this is a conclusion of the human psychology, that we need to get to find our true might, our true power that was given to us. But you can only find it through love. You can only find it through the habba, mahabba. There's no one better than you. There's no enemy out there. Nobody hates you. Everything that you've ever believed is a reflection of who you are internally. That's the movie that you've shown the world. That's the ugliness that you have exchanged. Yeah. But inevitably, it only exists internally. It's your and my genes that has been corrupted. White supremacy, black supremacy. Niks gaan aan daar buitekant nie as dit nie ongekrop is hier binne nie. Apart, if you're apart, you hate. If you're apart, you hate. Okay? What is apart? What is apart here is for you to understand that you were never only the physical vessel. Because you couldn't understand and read your book of life, you couldn't get your kitab, the Yamin, okay? So you couldn't read why you came into this dimension. What was it that you gave in order to get into this levels, okay? What clogged most of us was hubbud dunya wa karahiyatul maut. It was the fascination, infatuation with that which was temporal, that which was not your true identity, that which was going to be expelled into the dark, like when that past age, that past identity of you was erased, it was blanketed out, it was blanked out, it was screened out in 2020. Now you had to find your true essence, your true identity, because that's what the night and day, the light and the dark, that was what it's all about, okay? But that torch that you needed to find wasn't Iman. It was love. It was high and bar, the high and the bar, because the high is life. That's Yahya. We did not give it a name. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ مِنْ قَبْلُهُ سَمِيًّا. We didn't give it a name because we wanted to understand how are you going to express it as an individual, to understand what was the true miracle of something which you couldn't put your finger on. You can't identify, but you know it's love. It's gushing, it's flowing, it's all the time powerful. What is it that makes you so, yani, so unpredictable? What is it that makes you so real? What is it that makes you full of life? It's the love. It's love. It's love. It's love. We come from that. Our tribe in this region, that was our religion. Love was our religion, because we didn't look by the face. Ons het gehet swart, wit, pink, oral. Niemand het vir ons gesê ons kan dit nie doen nie, because ons was guided because of our hearts. We had pure hearts. We come from pure lands. Yeah. Okay. So, mashallah, tabarakallah, that is what saved our lineage. It saved our species. It saved our bloodline. Okay? It was love. It wasn't money. It wasn't titles. It was simplicity in the form of unconditional love. That is the most greatest sovereign wealth that you can ever have with you in all the dimensions. Okay? That is what our ancestors had invested in our inheritance, in our cultural orientations, and that is the identity that gives us full access to all the different experiences that we still need to unveil as the conscious rebirths into a new dispensation, into a new evolution, into a new world. Okay? You cannot enter this space if you have any hatred in you. Please understand what I'm saying. You must accept everything for what it was and is. Okay? In order for you to advance into the next level of your graduation ceremony. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. So we must thank our great ancestors, our heritage. Our heritage is heavenly. It's earthbound, but it is created in the sama, in a special chamber. And that is what makes us feel and know that we are the most richest people on earth. We saw the world, we saw the nations, we saw the tribes, but we didn't find anybody as rich as our greatest. Okay? So now it's time that we're going to make ourselves, our people, our ancestors, our mothers, our fathers. We know the greatest lie and the greatest hijack of the planet. What happened to the Jesus and the Moses and the prophets, and all dead stories, leads you to the dead, leads you underground. It's time that you come out. Okay? Only you know the truth, because the truth was installed inside of us. Only if you love yourself will you ascend. That's how this game works. That is the energy. That is the Musa's power that she has. Okay? وَلَا تَخَافِي. Allah tells her, don't fear. Even if you go dry, don't worry. Inna laraduhu ilayki. We will bring him back. Okay? So the entire episode is being played out in your lives. You just have to reach there. Okay? Whoever knows the path leads the way here, guys. That's how we play this game on earth, right? For the sake of the children, and in memory and in acknowledgement of the great ancestors of our tribes and our land. MashaAllah. May Allah grant and accepted Buka Fanan, and enjoy the evening and share the love, for Allah is the only one that can create love. Allahumma salli wa sallim alayhi wa alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi.
يا مصطفى كل شيء لله يا نورا من نور الله
زوجة